Alright. Real good. OPE. Yes. OPE, Brothers Gonna Work It Out. From off of the Fear of the Black Planet album. You know what I mean? How y'all feeling tonight, man? Yo, Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this your daily go-getter-mism number 375. For October 13, 2015. Alright. Something I wanted to do tonight. I've been realizing over actually a couple of decades now that when we have demonstrations or events such as the Million Man March, I didn't realize how many people don't really understand what that means. You know, a march. So this is what I decided to do. By the way, this is baking soda and water. This is baking soda and water. If you drink this every day, I drink this twice a day. If you drink this every day, it'll clean everything out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you have problems, problems related to your digestive system, if you have stomach problems, if you have stomach issues, and if you suffer from constipation or anything like that, take this is a teaspoon. Take a teaspoon of baking soda. Fill it up. You know, make it like a little hill, and dump it in something like this. Yeah, don't worry about the Wendy's cup. I don't eat fast food, but nonetheless, I take the cup from back in the day when I used to eat fast food. Cause, I mean, anyway, put that in about 32 ounce glasses of water, cup of water, whatever, or less. The less water you have, the less you use as far as the baking soda is concerned. And if you do that, it will, like, if you do this after every meal, whatever meal you just ate is coming out. So this is a good daily detox. And if you supplement it with my locally famous colon ream, it'll really do some good things for you. Needless to say, it don't taste great, but it definitely gets the job done. Baking soda and water. You know, your doctor's not going to tell you to do this, but this beats Tums, Rolaids, or anything. And I mean, this stuff cleans you out, and it does it quick. You know, I'll be in the bathroom within a half an hour, no doubt. All right. If you need more information on that, consult DG Daily Go-Getterism number 78, and it'll put you onto that. All right. So, because many of us don't understand what it means when we have like the Million Man March or any of the marches, like, I didn't know that so many people think a march is actually like marching, like soldiers. And then I said, you know what? Well, let me look it up to see if maybe they looked it up and maybe that's why they think that that's what it is. Now, anybody who has attended any of these marches know that we aren't actually marching. If we're we're not in a closed space, but if we're in a central area, we're not moving around. We're there to listen to the speakers that are there. We're there for a common purpose, basically a demonstration. And a demonstration, all right, well, this is what I decided to do, is look up the terms so we could know exactly what we are talking about when we use a word like march. And it's really very simple. Now, I can understand why somebody would think that the march is actually when you have to move or walk or something like that. The first definition of march is the month following February preceding April. All right. We know that's not what we were there for on Saturday, October 10th, right? And then it has marching, the number two definition, and that's a noun. It says the act of marching, walking with regular steps, especially in a procession of some kind. But let's get to the one that we know that we were doing. A march, demonstrate, march. A verb, march in protest, to take part in a demonstration. Thousands demonstrated against globalization during the meeting of the most powerful economic nations in Seattle. That's how you use march, as in the Million Man March, in a sentence. So a march means a protest. And that's what we did on October 10th, Saturday, October 10th, 2015. So I think it's very important that we understand exactly what we were doing. Because when people don't participate in these types of things, when they don't get involved, they may have biases against certain things like that because they don't understand what it is. So if you think that we're just walking along the streets and whatever, first of all, that's not a bad thing, even if that's what was happening. How can that be a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But you're taking part in a demonstration. And we're demonstrating against something like injustice, inequality, unfairness. We are trying to come together. Everybody who takes part in the demonstration has a common goal in mind, and we're trying to achieve an end. So whether we are looking for new legislation, a change in laws, if we're looking for justice in some type of way, so if we're demonstrating in order to make sure that somebody is arrested or convicted, or to demonstrate or to protest against somebody who is abusing the laws of a system or something like that, those things are necessary. You know, when people say that, I hear people say things like this. You know, black people got to get themselves together. They know the difference between right and wrong. You know, you don't have to be out there demonstrating and marching and all of that. You know, you got to take some kind of action. You got to do what you know is right. When I hear people say that, I realize that they don't really understand anything. Because a lot of times, the people who are saying that aren't the people who are doing anything. Because you don't hear people who are active, people who are taking part in organizing and trying to get people to make a change. You don't hear them talking like that. You don't hear them saying, we got to stop all this talking, we got to do something. You don't hear people who are doing something saying that, because they know that you have to do that you have to speak to bring something into existence first. They know that. It's not a hard concept. Number 11, demonstrate, march. That's what we're talking about when we had the Million Man March. When you have a candlelight vigil, number 11, demonstration, march. It's still a form of a march. Occupy Wall Street, number 11, demonstrate, march. It's a form of a march. So many of us have probably participated in marches and didn't even know it. Did you know that even if, let's say you picketed or boycotted outside of your local grocery store because you felt like the prices were unfair, or because of what I wanted to do a couple of years ago, protest against not having any choices of organic foods in the markets, in the grocery stores. That's a march. It's a form of a march. It's a form of a march. So, understanding that a march is a demonstration, and a demonstration is a gathering of people to protest or to try to get somebody to make a change in something. It's a demonstration, a protest. Listen, brothers and sisters, I just want us to understand exactly what we're doing. It's not easy for us to get on the same page. Evidently, it's very difficult for us to get on the same page about a lot of things. But it has to start with an explanation. And one thing about receiving an explanation about things, it makes you stop ignoring. Because when somebody takes out the time to explain something to you, then that's like a form. It's a good exchange. It builds trust, respect, and concern. And if we can multiply that, maybe more of us will become involved in these demonstrations, in these marches, and maybe we can bring about a positive change that we so badly and desperately need in our community, the black community. Because that's what we need, and that's how we gonna do. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, number 11, what a march means is a demonstration, a protest, a gathering of people with a common cause to bring awareness to whatever their cause is, and to try to make a change in something. That's what it's all about. So if you're active in your community, if you've ever protested against something, then more than likely you have participated in a march. Cut and dry, no big deal. McVeigh Recreational Center, 400 East Ontario Avenue, this Saturday. We came up with the name, the Mind Right and Body Better Fitness Program. That's what our program is called. Jumping off this Saturday, October 17th, 2015, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Come down, 400 East Ontario Avenue on the corner of Ontario Street, 400 East Ontario Street on the corner of Ontario and D Street. 10 a.m. Come through. The Mind Right and Body Better. Mind Right, Body Better. Mind Right, Body Better. I'm going to come down here with Son and them and get my mind right and get my body better than it was before. And if I keep coming there each Saturday, I get my mind better, body better until infinity, because that's how we do. I'll let y'all later, man.